Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There is no bondage anywhere in fact. But when we start mistaking the illusion to be the real, then only the bondage comes, the suffering comes. For example, we all must have seen some time in our life that when we stand in front of the mirror, we don't have that illusion that the mirror is the reflection in the mirror is someone other than me. Although we are seeing the reflection as other than I, yet we do not accept the otherness as real. Therefore, when we are looking in the mirror and we want to put on the chandan on our forehead, we don't put the chandan over there. So what is our experience? Our experience is the otherness which is appearing in the perception of the reflection is not real. But the other example, if there is a sparrow, a bird, standing before the same mirror, the bird starts imagining that there is another bird there. And therefore, this bird will start taking on the reflection of his own, to such an extent that it may start bleeding its beak. See? Now to that bird, what kind of sadhana will be required to get rid of the enemy which that bird is seeing in that mirror? Nothing can be done. See? In the same manner, till such time we take this world as real, there is no way that we can find freedom in life. And how this world is not real, it is an appearance. See, there are three things. One is existence. Second is non-existence. And third is, although non-existing, yet appearing. Third condition. Sat, Asat and Mithya. These are the three perceptions. I was talking to kids in some school, telling them what is the Satya. Truth, pure existence. So I told them, see, there are eyes on my face, is it not? So they are, is Satya. Then there are no horns on my head, Asatya. Then third, do you see the horn on my head? So, no, one child said, not now. They may appear after life. Who knows? See? So, that which is not, yet it appears, is called as an illusion. And when this illusion is mistaken as real, samsara begins. See? That which is not but which appears is always in a particular condition. Particular condition. What is the condition? The condition is X number of factors must exist for the experience of a particular thing, such as the sunrise and the sunset. Sunrise and sunset are valid only when we are conditioned by the earth as our conditioning. If we go away from the earth, hundreds and miles, thousands of miles away, then there is no sunrise, there is no sunset. Because what is sunrise and sunset? It is a movement of the earth which is superimposed on the sun. So although there is an experience of sunrise and sunset, but in fact, sun never rises, never sets. So, any experience which demands n number of factors to be present, that experience is an illusion. This is the fundamental rule. Now, in Mandukya Upanishad, this thought comes. Colors and forms are seen by the eyes. Whether eyes have vision or not, it is established only if there are colors and forms. If you go to the ophthalmologist and he wants to check your eyes and you sit there, and as Coimbatore is, that very moment the light is switched off. Then you tell the doctor, Doctor Sahab, check my eyes. So, doctor will say, can you see anything? No. That means you don't have vision. No, but there is nothing to see. How can I see anything? So, to establish the vision, there must be something to be seen. And to see something, vision must be there. So, which is the real? Vision is real, or the colors and forms, they are real. Anywhere where there is mutual dependence is an illusion. See? Take another example, husband and wife. One couple was fighting and the husband told me, Swamiji, tell my wife if she can listen to you. I have given up, I am defeated. What happened, man? See, she should at least respect my age, if nothing else. Then I said, no, I don't agree with you, I agree with Mama. I know you will always do that because she gives you nice garam dosha and not me. I said, whatever you may think. Now you tell me, how many years you are married? He said, 18 years. So, both of you are of the same age. Because the marriage happened simultaneously, is it not? Is it that that you got married earlier, then after 5 years your wife got married? No. So as husband and wife, your age is equivalent to your year of anniversary. Suppose you are 18 years married, then you are a teenager. And when there is a teenager, there is always confusion. Therefore, all those who are married for less than 19 years and more than 13 years, they are in a teenage, and therefore maximum fighting and divorces happen during this period. See, so age of the husband and wife is the same because husband is dependent on wife, wife is dependent on husband. But when the wife goes away, then where the husband goes? He goes nowhere because he was never. Therefore, the conclusion is, look at the world as real and suffer, or recognize the world as an illusion and enjoy. How simple the spiritual practice is. Therefore, asatyatvena bhanam tu samsarasya nivartakam. Now, how do we know this? Now the teacher says, Ghatoyamitti vijñātum niyamaha konmapekshate vina pramana sruštutvam yasmin sati padāsadihi ayam atma nitya siddhaha pramane sati bhāsate. Ghatoyamitti vijñātum ka niyamaha anvapekshate. This is a pot, or in this example, this is a mind. Now to know this is a mind, do I have to take bath? See? Do I have to do the japa? Om Bhurbhu Swaha Tasaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Then I will come to know that this is a mind. Or it is only in the Brahma Murta I know. If Brahma Murta gone, mic is gone? No. See, friend, there is no rules and regulations involved to know a particular thing. Only one thing is required. You require a valid means of knowledge. If this is a mic, if I have got a valid means of knowledge, meaning the eyes and the mind behind the eyes, then instantaneously this knowledge takes place. Therefore, ayam ghataha iti vijñātum kaha niyamaha anvapekshate. To know that this is a pot, what kind of rules and regulations are required? No rules and regulations are required. And if there is a proper means of knowledge, instantaneously the knowledge takes place. But if there are no proper means of knowledge, there is darkness in the room, and a man is trying to search a pot in that dark room, and the person who is searching the pot is blind, and the pot is not in that room, what will be the condition? This is what is our meditation is. One day one person asked, "How can you define meditation? What we do?" I said, "Okay, listen. Meditation is a silent suffering by a group of people, like a blind man is searching for a black rat in a dark room on the Amasya night where the rat was never present. That is our meditation. Silently suffering. Because we are doing meditation. See, friends. So, pramane sati atma nitya siddha bhasate. If you have got the right means of knowledge, be attentive. For colors and forms, eyes is the right means. For the joy and the sorrows, mind is the means. For the concepts, intellect is the mean. For our being, I am. Will you know it through the sense organs, through the organs of action, through the mind, or through the intellect? Most of the educated, intelligent people are lost in the intellect. I was in US, Pittsburgh, many years before, and there was one professor of philosophy from the university. He also came. Somebody, McDonald, etc. And then, after my lecture was over, he said, "Swami, your concepts were presented very well." I said, "Sir, I am extremely sorry. I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. You are a doctor is a concept. You are rich is a concept. You are is not a concept. I did not talk about concept." This is where most of the intellectuals get lost. So, pramane sati. So, what is the right kind of pramana? Authority to know the truth. Only one authority. Analyze your own experiences in the light of scriptural authority. That is the only means of knowledge. Therefore, ayam atma nitya siddha pramane sati bhasate. So what will be the means of knowledge? To know oneself. The means of knowledge will be first. It is to be known, discovered, and not gained through action. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyagena amritatvamanashu. Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena. See? Neither through action, nor by progeny, nor by wealth, nor by anything the truth is known, but tyagena amritatvamanashu. Now analyze this mantra. Come to a point where things can be rejected. So we reject our world, we reject our position, name, fame, and we are in the bed now. And when we are in the bed, ultimately we close everything and we are now doing only one japa. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Ultimately, this I and want, when they are also rejected, then the sleep begins. See? If for a sleep this is a requirement, what will be the requirement to know oneself? So the requirement will be all that can be rejected, reject it. And come to a point which cannot be further rejected. That aheyam, that unrejectable reality is our essential nature. See? So we discard the world, we discard the sense organs, we discard the mind, we discard the I. We discard I means the waker. We discard the waker with his waking world. We discard the dreamer with his dream world. And the Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, all they are discardable. But there is one principle which cannot be discarded. That is our essential nature. See? So, pramane sati bhasate, na desham napi kalam va na shuddhim vapyapekshate, devadatto hamityetad vijnanam nirapekshakam. It is nirapeksha jnanam, nirapeksha anubhuti. It is independent experience. The experience of colors and forms is dependent on the eyes. It is dependent on the objects. It is dependent on the objects bathing in the light. It is dependent that the eyes and the objects are in close proximity. So many factors are involved. But nirapeksha, our being is independent of any condition. Therefore, na desha, neither the place, nor the time, nor the purity, etc. is required to know oneself. Like here an example given that aham devadattaha iti, my name is Anubhavananda. Now to know this, or I am, to know this my own presence, I don't require anybody's certificate. Even the best Nobel Prize doctor comes and gives a certificate. You don't exist. Will I honor that certificate? Think, friends. This Brahmana Nirapeksha Anubhuti, this experience which is independent of all the means of knowledge, that is our essential nature. Now, Tadvad Brahma Vidaha api asya Brahmahamiti Vedanam. In the same manner, Aham Brahmasmi is an experience which does not involve any means of knowledge. Now take an example. One man, because of the conditioning, has become the son, the husband and the father. And the son, husband and the father, they are miserable. Now how much time and spiritual practice and means of knowledge will be required for the husband to know that he is a man first and then husband. And the moment he comes to recognize that he is a man, thereafter he will not be miserable although he is playing the role of a husband. See, friends. So when we talk about husband and man, are we talking about two? We are not talking about two. In the same manner, Aham and Brahma, we are not talking about two. When I recognize myself as husband, I have given undue importance to the wife, and therefore I have become a miserable husband. Then what is to be done? Only this much. Know for yourself. You are just playing the role of husband under n number of conditions. And when you play any role in any drama, the role is more perfect than the actual life. See, friends, therefore, Brahmaham iti Vedanam, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, is as simple as this. Therefore, don't struggle. If you are struggling that I am not the husband, I am not the husband, let the wife be alive, I am not the husband, one day she is going to die, then I will be a real man. No! You don't require that. Even if she is alive, you are still a man. Really? Thank you, sir. I am realized. In friends. But instead of focusing attention on our being, our attention is on everything else in this world. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam. Last night I was burning the DVDs up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So what will I do? So I had internet in Pawan's place. So I went to the YouTube. And when the DVDs were burned, if you are kept busy, then you will not sleep. Otherwise you will be sleeping. So I started seeing a movie. Many people advise me to see that movie. OMG. Oh my God. And when I was seeing that movie, the same principle is brought there. See? We have created such a chaos around us. And as a result, we are suffering because of that. Therefore, there is no effort required to know the truth. Be very attentive. Patanjali Maharshi gives this as the spiritual practice. See, in Yoga Shastra, Patanjali Yoga Darshan, there are only 2 sutras for the asana, only 2, not more than 2. And these 2 sutras are 100% mistaken. They are not correctly cognized. The first sutra is Sthira Sukham Asanam. Steady bliss is asana. It doesn't matter in what posture you sit. Sthira Sukham Asanam. Now to attain that steady bliss, the spiritual practice is given by the great master Patanjali. He says, Prayatna Shaithilya, let your life be effortless. See, friends. And when effortlessness is possible, effortlessness is possible only when you merge with the infinite. There is no I involved. Ananta Samapattibhyam. This is the principle of devotion. In devotion, what happens? I, the devotee, submerge in the will of God. And who is this I? Who is carrying the burden of the personal desires is an ego. But when the same ego dissolves his desire in the will of God, his desire have disappeared, then he is no more an ego. And therefore, for a devotee, there is no application of law of karma on him. So he bypasses the law of karma. So, Prayatna Shaithilya, the lesser efforts you have, you are in the close proximity of the divine. More efforts we have, we are away from our natural state. See? Like somebody is having asthma, then lot of efforts. Hey, why are you doing like this? What I got asthma. This is unhealthy condition. Now, healthy ego. This was the unhealthy ego because you can't breathe normally. So you are not in a normal condition. The healthy ego is do pranayama. How many times can you do it? See? If your teacher is a yogi and you have done some mistake and if the teacher has to punish you, what will be the punishment given by the yogi teacher? Do pranayama for 21,000 times. If the teacher is, let's say, Sanskrit teacher, and you have done some mistake, what will be the punishment? Write down Bhagavad Gita 15 times. Punishment. So when you are told, do pranayama for 21,000 times, so this is too much, okay, do 2100 times, that is all too much. Do 21 times, okay, and then you start. After doing it, tired. Are we tired of breathing? Because breathing is happening, pranayama is done. Any experience where I is born is samsara. Efforts create I. I have eaten food. I am vegetarian. But after eating the food, I have digested. Does anybody ever say this? And therefore, when you have constipation, it is not a sin. When you have dysentery, it is not a merit. Think. Therefore, Tadvat Brahmavidaha api asya Brahmahamiti Vedanam. Let us come to discover, essentially we are divine. This is our actual reality. And then I am body, this is Mithyatma. This is virtual reality. Thereafter, I am the husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father. This is the secondary Atma. It is the Gaunatma, not the real And if you just observe your own life, who is miserable really? It is the mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, they are miserable and they are Gaunatma, they are not real. And this Gaunatma is born only after Mithyatma is taken as real. So I am the body, this body notion, when it is taken as real, then only the samsara begins. And in deep sleep, exactly what happens. First of all, the Gaunatma, the secondary self, the husband, brother, father, mother, they are deleted. Then the body notion is given up, and when there is nothing to give up, that undeniable, eternal presence is our actual reality. So all the spiritual path is begin from the virtual reality and discover the actual reality. Therefore, lesser the efforts in our life, more at peace we are. Anatmakam asattucham kimnu tasyavabhasakam vedashastra puranani bhutani sakalanyapi yenartavanti tam kimnu vijñātāram prakāṣe. So anatmakam, that which is not self, can this not self eliminate the self? Like the mic I see. Can the mic see me? Mic cannot have any discrimination whether it is a discourse or it is a disco. No problem. See? Therefore, anatmakam asat, it is not real, tucham, it is most insignificant. It cannot eliminate the absolute reality that we are. Cannot. See, try this. This is what is called as practice of meditation. Don't struggle sitting in one posture and then, oh God, there are too many thoughts, and then go, Maharaj, I get too many thoughts in my mind. What should I do? It is your mind, you should know. How would I know? That is not meditation, it's a cartoon of meditation. See, here the technique is very simply given. When the colors and forms are discarded, do the eyes lose anything? When the eyes are closed, is there any loss to the mind? When the mind is enfolded in deep sleep, do I disappear? So who is this I? But our attention is on possession of the worldly things. Our attention is on the relations of the worldly people. These possessions and relations, they take us away from ourselves. And how do we go there? Through the gateway of our personality called as sense organs. Tasmat tvam indriyani ado niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahihena jnana vijnana nashakam. Third chapter of Gita says, therefore, my dear friend, first control your sense organs so that world doesn't enter in you. How the world enters in us? When perception is followed by projection, the world enters our mind. When perception is not followed by projection, the world remains where it is. So first we control our senses, and it is for this yama niyama sadhana is told. See? So we discard the objects, discard the senses, discard the mind, and that which cannot be discarded, that is our essential nature. See? When I discard the wealth, I am neither poor nor rich. When I discard the qualification, I am neither doctor nor patient. When I discard the relations, I am neither husband nor wife. See? I don't have to do anything. We are holding to the possessions and relations. Therefore, anatmakam asattucham kim tasyam vasagam veda shastra puranani bhutani sakalani api yena arthavanti. Everything is validated by this one actual reality. See, friends, when the man dies, what happens to the son, the husband, the father, the father-in-law, the son-in-law, the brother, the officer, the subordinate, the driver. What happened to that whole lot of people when the man dies? Where do they go? Think. Therefore, the son is validated because the man is. The husband is validated because the man is. The father is validated because the man is. So it is the man which is giving validity to all the other secondary I's. Then who are we? When we give importance to the secondary I's, then we are not one. We are a poultry farm inside. So how many of us are inside? Sometime husband, sometime father, sometime mother, sometime brother, sometime neighbor. So many of them. Just imagine for your understanding. You go in a poultry farm, enter and sit down for meditation. The birds will come and they have only one job. Come and peck. And they will peck you. And hey, you will do like this thing. The whole poultry farm will go, 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 go. Exactly this is what happens inside. One thought comes and that disturbs the whole lot. See friends, therefore this self cannot be established by anything. But all other things, the possessor and the relational, are established only because of this one reality. Yena arthavanti tam kimnu vijnataram prakashe. Now, now the teacher is telling, such a wise man who is established in this absolute reality, the actual reality, his lifestyle is spoken hereafter. Kshudam dehavyatham tyaktva balaha kridati vastuni tathaiva vidvan brahmati nirmamo niraham sukhi. Like a child. He is so much lost in his play that he forgets his hunger, he forgets it is hot, it is cold, and he is enjoying whatever he is playing. In the same manner, this wise man lives in this world nirmama, without any possessiveness. See friends, this happened in Sri Lanka when LTTE was operational. And one Tamil girl, she told me in Mahabaleshwar we had a camp in Maharashtra. And everybody was talking about their experience. That is their type of spirituality. They don't live in the present. Always talk about the past. So they asked me, Swamiji, tell something about your experience. I said, my experience, I am very happy now, and that is more than enough. No, tell something, some great event in your life. I said, great event is, you are in front of me and still you are alive. The greatest event. So they gave up. Okay, we will tell you about us. And this girl started. We were all coming by bus. And these people came with a gun. Told everybody get down of the bus with your own luggage. And me and my sister were sitting together. There was one suitcase which nobody lifted. My sister thought somebody might have forgotten. So she lifted that suitcase and went down. And those people were searching for that suitcase. They said, who brought it down? I brought it. So it is your suitcase? It is not my suitcase. Will anybody agree? Open it. I don't have key. Open it. I really don't have key. Then they broke it open. And what they wanted, everything was there. Then they took out the tires and like the bangles are put, like the tires were put on her live and set on fire. Reason? What doesn't belong to you? Why do you possess that? Now who told her to lift that suitcase? No need. Don't be possessive of anything in this world. You will be happy. Possession is a burden, friends. Instead of being possessive, belong to the Lord's will. Belonging is unburdening our life. Possession is burdening our life. Therefore, like a child lived in this world, nirmamaha. Don't be possessive of anything. And niraham. And there is nothing to be arrogant about the success, and there is nothing to be miserable because of the failure. This is how the life is. See, the cloth is made up of crisscross threads. This is how the cloth is made up of. No, but I want a cloth which does not have crisscross threads. I am a very simple man. I want all the threads to go only in one direction. Can you give me such a cloth? Yes. Such a cloth is called as a robe. We give you, hang yourself. If you have to have a cloth, you have to accept the crisscross threads in the same manner. This world is made up of these pairs of opposite. Joy is there, sorrows will be there. And this is how the mind functions. When I call somebody is beautiful, I have already created an ugly. When I call somebody as rich, I have already created a poor. When I call somebody as tall, I have already created a short. This is how the mind functions. Mind cannot function without options. It is like Sardarji. You know how it is like Sardarji? Once Amitabh Bachchan was asking one Sardarji and he came to the top. He said, Sardarji, now I ask the last question. If you reply this question, you get 10 crores. All clapping and lightning on it. And then he said, what is your father's name? And Sardarji started laughing. He said, why are you laughing? You did not give options. How can I tell you? Friends, there is no option. Friends, we are that absolute reality where there are no options. But the moment we get lost in these options, I want this way, not that way. Therefore, one of the rules is, lesser the choice you give to yourself, happier you are. Don't give yourself any choice, you are happiest. Living at zero choice level is living spiritual life. Therefore, the other day somebody asked me, Swamiji, and he is an insurance agent. Swamiji, will you mind if I draw insurance for you? I said, I am not going to pay you a single pie. No, it is required, at least if not something, maybe a crore or two. I said, do whatever you like. I am a public body, you can do. But remember one thing, I will not pay a single installment. You pay the total installment. No, Swamiji, it's not like that. I said, it is like that. We have faith in the useless LIC. Yoga Kshevam Vahamyam. When Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Pariyupasate Tesham Nitya Viyuktanam Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. We have doubt in his words and we have faith in this fake LIC. जिंदे हैं तब भी मरने के बाद भी. Therefore, like a child lives in this world without any possessions and relations, nirham, there is no ego of any kind, sukhi, and therefore the child is happy. Intensity of misery is directly proportionate to the intensity of the ego. The more miserable we become on any issue, the stronger was our ego in that respect. If less miserable we become on any issue, less is our ego. And if we do not become miserable at all, we are this, the actual reality. Therefore, kaman nishkama rupi sancharati ekacharo muni. Such a muni, such a contemplative master, he moves in this world without any burden of any desires in his mind. स्वात्मन्येव सदा तुष्टः स्वयं सर्वात्मना स्थितः निर्धनोऽपि सदा तुष्टः अपि असहाय महाबलः. Now the quality of the life of such a master who has grown out of the virtual reality is now established in the actual reality. What is the quality of life of such a master? It is said here. First, no burden of desire. Second, swatmani eva sada tushtaha. See, same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. When all the desires contained in the mind are deleted once for all. And that doesn't mean he is in depression, but atmaneva atmana tushtaha. So here also, swatmana eva sada tushtaha. And therefore, sarvatmana sthitaha. Now be very attentive, I will tell you something very deep. When you look at your reflection in the mirror, your wife, suppose the whole world is reflected in the mirror, which is coming in front of that mirror. Now look at it from two standpoints. First, it is an illusion. And therefore the reflection will not influence the mirror. Now second, the same surface of the mirror has become everything. The same surface of the mirror is a man, is a woman, is a plant, is a tree, is a mountain, is a river, is an animal, is a movement, is stability, is meditation, is cruelty, everything. The surface of the mirror has become two conditions. When we take this world as an illusion, there will be no desire about anything in this world. And when we take this whole world is nothing but me alone, there cannot be desire about the self. See? Like the camera is mine. I cannot have desire for my camera. It is already mine. But I don't have a nice watch. So when I look somebody's watch, then I will have desire for that because I don't have. So desire is always about something which is recognized as not I. Think, friends. So both ways. Either look at the world as an illusion, you will have no desires. Or look at the world as your own extension, you will have no desire. Freedom from desire is the spiritual practice. Therefore, here it is said, Swatmanneva sada tushtaha, swayam sarvatmana sthitaha. Because when everything is me, how there can be any desire? See, friends. And nirdhanopi sada tushtaha, although he doesn't have any money, any bank account, anywhere, yet he is content. Tushtaha and api asahayaha mahabalaha. Although there is nobody to hang around him, yet he is extremely powerful. Mahabalaha, because he is abiding in the actual reality. Nitya truptaha api abhunjanaha api asamaha samadarshanaha. Nitya truptaha api abhunjanaha. Although he is not indulging in the worldly things, yet he is totally content, fulfilled in life. This is another important principle, please recognize. Fulfillment of desires is a KG1 spirituality. And discovering fulfillment in life is the real spiritual life. See? And what is the fulfillment in life? Two things. there are no regrets and guilts on account of omissions and commissions in life. Why I did not do or follow the spiritual path when I had the opportunity, when I was young. So this is the guilt and regret of the omission. Second thing, why I did not follow the right path when it was open for me. It is the guilt and regret of the wrong commissions. When these two things, commissions and omissions, are deleted from the mind, that life is a life of fulfillment. See friends, therefore, Nitya Truptaha api Bhunjanaha api Asamaha Samadarshanaha. From the surface we feel as if he is talking of differences. He is seeing differences. Like we do see the differences. Hands are not the stomach, stomach is not the legs, legs are not the nose, nose is not the back. There are differences. But the differences do not lead to differentiation in our interaction with the different parts. Think, friends. Therefore, he will be living in this world recognizing all the differences. In spite of all of them, his focal length will be on the common denominator. It is like the jeweler. One man went to the jeweler to give his wedding ring and to get some money. So the jeweler took that and started rubbing it on the magic stone. So when he started rubbing on the magic stone, that magic stone is nothing but Shaligram, which is used as the linga for the Lord Vishnu. So it is an organic rock. It is not an inorganic rock. So it is only on the Shaligram that the gold can draw a line. On ordinary rock, it cannot. So when he was doing that, rubbing that ring, this man said, "Hey, come on, don't do that. It has my memories of my wife or marriage, our oaths taken together. Don't do that." So jeweler said, "Look here, all your marriage things keep with you. I want only the gold. I am not interested in anything." In the same manner, he whose attention is on this absolute self, for him, good and bad, both are erased. Sin and merit has disappeared. Success and failure is meaningless. Joy and sorrows cancel each other. This freedom is the actual reality that we are. Kurvannapi na kurvanaha. Although he is seen extremely occupied and busy in this world, and yet he is doing nothing. Because he is not carrying the burden of doership. Therefore, Mahatmas never retire in life. They don't take the VRS. Now I am going to take VRS. No. Then what will you do? Therefore, kurvana api akurvana abhoktascha phalabhogya api. Although he is going through all the good and bad experiences, yet he does not become an experiencer. There was one Mahatma, when he got up from the seat, because of the piles, he had bleeding all the time. And that day it was a little more. So when he got up with great painful efforts and was walking, the whole base where he was sitting was all smeared with blood. So the people around asked, "Oh Maharaj, you had such terrible bleeding. It must be terribly painful." He said, "It has pain, but I have not become painful." In the life of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, this comes. When his cancerous hand was being operated, he was not given anesthesia. He refused to take. So the doctor was working on that hand, and Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was playing with the calf feeding the calf with grass. See? Therefore, although he is going through, it doesn't mean that he was numb like a leprosy. No. He had all the experiences, good and bad, joy and sorrows, but did not allow crystallization of a personality because of a good and a bad experience. See? This is one of the most important spiritual practice. And if we do not understand this, what happens? Meditation also we start enjoying. Yes, I enjoyed today's meditation. So I am a experiencer of meditation. If meditation is good, today's meditation was good. Why? I enjoyed it. But I don't know what happened yesterday. My meditation was very bad. See, friends. Because when you are in meditation, no efforts. It is something like this. Do we do waking? No. We are in the waking experience and then do the things. We are in the dream experience and then do the things. Exactly the same way. When we want to go to sleep, sleep is not there. When sleep begins, then we do snoring. Try to snore when you are awake. You cannot. Similarly, we have to live in meditation. Like we are living in the waking and then doing the things. Similarly, when we live in meditation and then conduct the life, that is called as the Jivan Mukta Purusha, the one who is liberated while alive. So, Shariri api ashariri esha parichinnaha api sarvagaha ashariram sada santam idam brahma vidam pachita. Shariri api ashariri esha. Although he is living in the body, he is no more living as the body, but he is living through the body. See the beauty? When we are living as the body, then the limitations of the body will be accepted as our limitation. And which are the limitations of the body? The body is born, grows, becomes old, has diseases and one day dies. Then we will also have the same fear that I should not die, I should not die. See, friends, about death I will tell you one thing. Nobody is miserable because of death. People are miserable because of the fear of death. See, friends, death is the only action that we do. Because of that, our action, others suffer. Suppose I die here, you will have problem how to dispose of. And I will be relaxing. Try to. See, friends, this fearless existence is living in the truth. Then, parichinnaha api sarvaga. Although he is seen to be present in one body, yet his identification is with the totality. Atmapammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkam sa yogi paramo mataha. He is able to celebrate the joy of others equally, and he is able to extend the helping hand to a miserable person. This can happen only when our identification limits are broken and we merge with the totality. See, friends. But our identification limits are so tight. If it is my daughter, whatever she does is good. But if it is my daughter-in-law, Hare Rama. See, friends, this is what is the samsara. When the woman is a mother, she is the best, no doubt about it. When the same woman is the mother-in-law of a son-in-law, she is better than the mother. And the son-in-law, stupid way, thinks, my mother-in-law loves me a lot. She doesn't love you. It is a sympathy. Poor fellow, I know what I have given, carrying the burden, and therefore she loves that son-in-law. And the son-in-law thinks, my mother-in-law loves me, no very sympathy. And when the same lady, the same mother, she becomes the mother-in-law of the daughter-in-law, Kali Karali Bhayanakacha. This is how our individuality is limited to a small cocoon. But a wise man has broken the barriers of individuality and merged in the totality. See? Ashariram sada santam idam brahmavidam kvajit. And though he is, although living in the body, but he is no more living as the body, but living through the body. And therefore, priya priyena sprushataha tathaiva cha shubha shubhe tamasa grastavadbhana agrastaha apiravijanehi graste tichate bhrantya yajñatva vastu lakshanam tadvad dehadibandebhyo vimuktam brahma vittamam. So for such a person who is living through the body, priya apriya na sprushataha. For him, there are no likes and dislikes. See, friends, all these things can be erased only by wisdom, by understanding. There is no other way. What is the understanding in this case? Likes and dislikes have no reason. Our whole life is guided by likes and dislikes. And we call ourselves to be wise. In fact, we are otherwise. Life is not promoting the likes and dislikes. See? But for us, prosperity is promoting the likes and the dislikes. In one Marwadi house, I went for taking food. I was staying there. There were hardly 3 persons. Husband, wife, and some old man. And I happened to be there, staying with them. And there were about 23 servants. A building of not 1 or 2, 4-story building. And there used to be about 10-15 cars, drivers. Such prosperity. And when we were taking food, this man got so angry with that cook, because there was something wrong in some dish. He knew that dal was little burnt, it was giving a smell. He was so angry, he just pushed that food, became angry, abused that man, cook, who was elder than this man. Then he gave something. Next day again he sat for food. That day food was perfect. Again he became angry. When you know how to cook good food, why did you not cook yesterday? Hare Rama. Now what can you do to such a person? See? Therefore, priya apriya na sprushataha. Let us not promote our likes and dislikes in life. We only see the bhajans. This bhajan Bahadur, they are only lost only in the music tabla beti, meaning they have zero in them. Their bhajan is Jehi vidhi rakhe Ram tehi vidhi rahiye. Bhajan. And after bhajan is over, shouting and fighting and scolding at each other. This is Jehi vidhi rakhe Ram tehi vidhi rahiye. See, friends, we deceive ourselves the most in our life. Therefore, let us rise above the likes and dislikes, shubha shubhe, in the same manner. Yes, something we feel is not good for us, but it is good for us. See, what is good for us, we cannot decide. It is the Lord who decides. See, it is something like this. Few clothes were put in a washing machine and hot water, detergent, and started at a high revolution. When it was being done, the clothes were thinking, how unlucky I am, hot water and detergent and they are making me, I am feeling guilty. I think some sin I must have done, they are torturing me. It is not a torture. It is a cleaning process so that the same cloth can be reused. It is not for the destruction. In the same manner, every event of our life, good or bad, it is meant for our purification. So that the same mind can be used for seeking the truth. Now our mind is running in the dog. Let it run in the God. And for that, the mind has to be washed. And this washing machine is the experiences of honor and dishonor, experiences of joy and sorrows. They are not meant for torturing us, but they are meant for our purification. And therefore, like the ignorant person, when they look at the sun covered as if by the clouds, and they say the clouds have covered the sun. The size of the sun is so big, the clouds cannot cover it. And yet they say the sun is covered by the cloud. In fact, their vision was covered by the clouds, not the sun. In the same manner, when they see the wise man moving in this world, they try to see the behavior of the wise man is good and bad. They don't understand. It is their understanding which is covered and not the behavior of the wise man. Therefore, such people, Pashyanti dehivan mudha sharirabhasa darshanat. See, please understand this thing. Spiritual life does not mean you will not have hunger, you will not have thirst, you will not have cold, you will not have, everything will be there because the body is the same. And spiritual life doesn't mean that you will not have experiences. Spiritual life means experiences will be there, but experiencer will not be born. That is spiritual life. See, friends. But if the ignorant people, they see, what is the use of this realization? See, he was having cancer. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi had, Nisargadatta Maharaj had, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had. Should we say that because they had cancer, they were short of realization? All the modifications are happening in the Prakriti. Some of the people around Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told him, Ki sir, you are suffering so much because of this cancer. Why don't you tell mother to stop it? You have helped through mother so many people. Why don't you talk to the mother for this thing, for your suffering? He used to answer, I am not suffering. What the people were seeing him as a body. And what he has recognized him is the embodied, not the body. See the difference. Therefore the ignorant, the mudha pashyati sharira abhasa darshanat. They are taking the person, the Mahatma, to be the body, like example is given, ahir nirvalayani iva ayam mukta deha tutishtati. But this mukta deha, the jivan mukta purusha, the wise man, he is living like the skin which is cast off by the snake. You know, the snake gives away his total skin every 6 months. And therefore what the snakes do, they, when that particular time comes, they go in areas where there are sharp objects. And wherever there are sharp objects, sometime, somewhere, the sharpness of the nail or the thorn or the rock will catch, hook the skin. And then the snake goes out of that skin. And then he again reborn. That's why the life of the snake is very big. And thereafter, that slough which was left behind, snake has gone. Now in that tubular structure, when little air goes, it swells and starts moving as if it is lying. Exactly the same way, the wise man is living The breathing is happening. He is not breathing. The life is lived, but there is nobody who is born to live the life. इतस्ततः चाल्यमानः यत्किंचित् प्राणवायुना स्रोतसा नीयते दारु यथा निम्नोत्तलम्. It is something like the life of such a wise man is like srotasa niyate daru. Like the wooden log which has fallen in the river is carried away from one place to another, or another example is given like the Daivena niyate deho tatha kalopa bhuktishu. So according to the Daiva, according to whatever is due to that body, according to that, all the good and bad experiences come to this wise man. Be very attentive. According to Yoga Shastra, every body is designed to breathe n number of breathings. After that, the body cannot breathe anymore. You may do anything. It is already determined. Like the engineers construct the bridge. They say this bridge should last for 100 years. After the certificate is given, payment is made, the bridge falls. But this does not happen when it comes to the life. Every body is designed to breathe n number of times. So similarly, laksha alaksha gatim tyaktva yat tishtet kevalatmana. So this wise man is now living in the actual reality. For him, there is no I versus you. For him, there is no success versus failure. For him, there is no friend versus enemy. For him, there is no virtual reality. Only the Absolute alone is expressing through the limitations without coming under the influence of limitations. Now take this example to understand. See, mind can experience all the five objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The sound, the touch, the form, the taste and the smell. All five are experienced by the mind. But when the same mind goes out of the eyes, it can perceive only the colors and forms. Because the mind, when it comes out of the eyes, sees colors and forms and nothing beyond that, does it mean that the mind has become limited anywhere? These are the limitations of the conditioning, not of the mind. The wise man is living in this experience. Living as a pure conscious reality, expressing through the masculine body, all the masculine qualities will manifest. Because of that, this conscious reality, the actual reality, has not become masculine in gender. The same conscious reality, expressing through the donkey's body, and therefore braying happens. And therefore, this conscious reality has not become a donkey. The same conscious reality expressing through a cobra and brings out the venom. Therefore, this consciousness has not become venomous. And the same conscious reality expressing through a cow giving milk has not become nutritious. These are the limitations of the gadgets which are fixed to the original source, the actual reality, the pure consciousness in which the wise man is ever abiding. See? This description of a wise man, God realization, etc., is summarized in Bhagavad Gita by one verse. Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha शीतोष्ण सुख दुखेशु तथा मानापमानयो. शीत उष्ण सुख दुखेशु, when all the pairs of opposite come and dash, what happens? Jitatmanaha. The equanimity is undisturbed. Mind is no more disturbed. See? Those who are accustomed to too much of facilities, little bit of disturbances are enough to upset them. See? You must have seen many places it happens. One example I will give you. This happened in Bombay. When my lecture were to start, one man came and started giving introduction. And what was the introduction? Now our Swamiji has come, now relax. What kind of introduction is this? So afterwards, I asked him, I said, what kind of introduction you have given? He said, no, Swamiji, before you, there was such and such Swami, and he was so angry brand, if somebody comes 1 second late, he will bounce on him. If somebody has to go out, he will shout at him and insult him before the total audience, and therefore everybody is to be shivering that we should not go, we should not be late. Then what about me? He said, it makes no difference. Anybody comes and goes, you don't bother. Then they asked me, how it is possible? I said, look here. Those who are coming on time, is it that they are listening? And those who are coming late, is it that they are not listening? See, I am here for my spiritual practice. I am not here for anybody. And what is the spiritual practice? Dukkheshu anadvignamana, sukheshu vigataspruha. See friends, the day you take this stand in your life, whatever we are doing in this world, the world does not need. It is our need. See friends, one child asked a very beautiful question. He said, Swamiji, you people tell us to chant. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. And we chanted. But everywhere there are the same problem. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, where everybody has become happy. Sarve santu niramayah, where everybody has become healthy. See? Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, everybody should see goodness. Nobody sees. Therefore, this prayer is meaningless, isn't it? I said, hey, your question is really a genius question. Then I asked him, when you take food, who is benefited? The food is benefited, or you are benefited, or the society is benefited? Of course, I am benefited when I take the food. So when you are offering the prayer, who will be benefited? You will be benefited. When your mind is constantly nurturing this thought, Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, your mind will come at peace. Sarve santu niramaya, you will not see anything bad in anyone. See, spiritual practice is focusing attention on the quality of your mind. Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. Our mind must be the target on which we are functioning. See friends, therefore Shiva eva swayam sa laksha gatim tyaktva yattishtet kevalatmana. Such a wise man is living kevalatmana as pure consciousness, the actual reality. Therefore, all the spiritual practice is only this. Live through the body, don't live as the body. Live through the mind, don't live as the mind. Live through the intellect, don't live as an intellectual. This is called as a journey from the virtual reality to the actual reality. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya